What's up, you beautiful collectors? This is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Takara Tomy Transformers MB-01 Voyager class Optimus Prime. This is part of their new Transformers movie The Best line, which despite the fact that the words are kind of all jumbled, it's supposed to represent the best of the Transformer movie figures. And as you can see, MB-01 is the Voyager class Optimus as he appeared in the beginning portion of Transformers Age of Extinction. For the package, you got a nice open window with a couple movie images right here. You got what looks like the original look for Optimus Prime. That kind of looks like Ironhide there in the background. And then you got another image of Optimus right there. The side here has a couple images from the 4 different movies as they kind of appeared in order. You got the 2007 movie here with Optimus. You got 2009 Bumblebee, the 2011 Dark of the Moon version of Shockwave. And then down here, you have the 2014 Age of Extinction film. On the opposite side here, just stuff that I can't read. So I can make out 2007 and 10 a couple different times, but that's about it. On the back of the package, you got images of his robot as well as his vehicle form. And then down here on the bottom, a whole bunch of warnings and things like that. And Twitter at TF_PR. I have no idea what that is, but I'm going to check that out. And if you check that out, tell them that I sent you to them. I don't know what that would do, but hey, why not? But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, here we have the Takara Tomy Transformers The Best Voyager class Optimus Prime opened up and out of its packaging. And this guy really is spectacular looking. Now there have been several different repaints of the Invasion Mode Optimus Prime already. None of them I really like that much, but this one instantly grabbed me. The color and everything just really does capture that very worn out, rusted, beat up look that this version of Optimus had in the movie. It's just so much more accurate. Now, he does come with the same weapon. In this version, it is just a black plastic. I do still wish that they were able to actually take this little peg and put it here. This is the handle. He should be able to hold his gun right here. That's just something that really does drive me nuts. Holding right here where the magazine clip thing goes just drives me nuts. It does still have the spring-loaded gimmick. If I can remember where the trigger is, oh, it's up there. There we go. And then the missile is still this black plastic. But I think it looks a little bit better just in there as part of the barrel section. But that's what that is. But vehicle mode, they're called Transformers The Best, and I'm loving it. This is absolutely terrific. I mean, you look at the front here, you can see some very nice paint variation here in the bumper section. Throughout the entire thing, you got this nice kind of rust color throughout there. You can see very dirty rust color tones throughout the whole thing. You can see a hint of the flames that he actually had, and then subsequently has again when he changes his, I forgot what kind of truck it is, but the new one. You got rust here in the hubcap area, which looks terrific. Both sides have that, and then even on the inside here, it's a little bit harder to see, but on the intersection, there's some of that rust coloring as well. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more kind of battle damage or rust section added into the just the gray bits here, like for example the gas tanks and then what would be his feet in his robot mode. It's the same mold that we've gotten time and time again, just a much better paint job, even here with the little steps. Absolutely terrific. Now for comparison, here is the Hasbro version of them, and looking at the gun, you can see that the guns are exactly the same. You just got a different color with it, so it doesn't really matter. But this has that much more classic Optimus Prime look, and it still looks good, and a lot of people absolutely love this. But it really doesn't look like how he looked in the movie. It is more designed to look like how he appeared as a G1 character. But you can see, huge difference. I mean, even the blue here is a lot more muted than what it is here, so that's nice to see. The actual gray plastic here, taking a look like right here, you can see that this is actually a little bit darker than that. The windshield even looks like it's a little bit darker. That might just be the reflection. It's hard to tell, but that looks a little bit darker. I love the fact that this section, this was just a little gray bit. That's actually painted here. The smokestack section here, again, has a little bit more of that dark color, whereas the regular release one here has a more bright gray color on it. I don't remember. I would have to look to determine whether or not this is actually accurate. I would imagine it is, but this does kind of blend in a little bit better with the back section than obviously the Takara version, but I still think it actually looks pretty good. And again, you got that really nice added paint detail throughout the entire thing. I mean, both of these just represent something completely different. It's taking the look of the movie and giving them that original G1 look. But for me, this is just a much more movie accurate representation, and compared to all the other previous releases that we did get, this one is the far superior version. Now for the transformation, it is the exact same, nothing changes. So I am going to go ahead and skip it for this video. If you need any help or anything of that nature, my Age of Extinction playlist with the Evasion Mode Optimus is available to you. So if you need any help, check that out. But utilizing some of that good old-fashioned Optibotimus movie magic, we're going to go from Optimus Prime looking like this to looking like this. And again, in robot mode here, much like that vehicle mode. The amount of detail that comes out in this is just absolutely spectacular. I mean, everything on here paint-wise has been dramatically improved. And you can see you got more accurate flame details here on the kind of fake chest that forms. You actually have some painted detail right up here. You can see that the arms have like this gray plastic and then this nice blue and flame detail actually painted here on his shoulders. That's something that the original one didn't have. And just overall, so much nicer in terms of the muted colors. Also, I am noticing that now there's actually ratchet joints here. So there were some actual improvements to it. One thing that also has been improved is the tightness. Very tight joints on this guy. A lot of people, including myself, had a very loose arm problem with the original mold, and that has been fixed in this. Now, I did go back and check things out. He does have gray feet, or silver in the movie itself, so it kind of makes sense that it would look like that in the vehicle mode. I do still kind of wish that like maybe the bottom actually was painted blue. You wouldn't really necessarily see the top or anything like that here in the actual robot mode. I just think that would add some extra like realism, like if the bottom section was blue, maybe if the little hooking section right here was painted silver or something like that. I don't think that would have taken away from having a silver feet or anything, so I don't know, that's something that maybe you could add. But overall, I mean, just absolutely spectacular looking. Now for the comparison, obviously, here's the new guy and here's that old one, and again, just huge difference in terms of the coloring. I mean, both still look really very nice. But like I said, this just obviously has more of that G1 sort of look. And again, you had the very loose and floppy arm here, which now, he's drunk Optimus. Come on now. But you can see this, I mean, it actually requires some force. Now, he also does have a newly sculpted head. As you can see, the original one has the open mouth, which does look good. I do like that, but the Takara one here, as you can see, has the actual mouth plate, which I think just looks a lot better. And then, again, the paint detail is just so much nicer on it. I mean, you can see that the old one had just a blue section down here. The new one has that silver coming down for the side bit. Real nice kind of paint on the actual eyes. You can see it's a bluish kind of paint, and then it goes along very nicely with the light piping, whereas the original one, there is light piping, but it's almost like, I can't really tell. It's like the eyes are painted, so it's really hard to even see it. But staying zoomed in here, I mean, again, you can see great detail throughout the entire thing and just a marked improvement in terms of the paint scheme itself. I mean, I guess it's personal preference. Do you want the Evasion Mode Optimus to look like the G1 version, or do you want him to look like how he looked in the movie? For me, this is the winner. Obviously, first articulation, it is going to be the exact same. You got a little hinge section right here that kind of moves his head forward and back, and then you can get it looking left and right and all that kind of stuff. The shoulders rotate very nicely. Again, like I said, they do now have ratchet joints, which I think is really cool. He rotates at the upper part of the bicep. He does bend here at the elbow. It still has kind of like this ugly thing right here. I wish that the design allowed you to straighten that out, but honestly, most people, I mean, at least for me, I usually do keep my figures with the arms bent a little. It just looks a little bit more dynamic like that. I mean, if they're straight down, there's just, I don't know, no realism, I guess, to it. So I don't mind that weird sort of square thing right there because, like I said, I usually keep the arms bent a little bit. So you do have that. The wrists also do rotate around very nicely. He does rotate at the waist. Come down to the hips. You got some nice forward and back, in and out ranges of motion. You can see that he does rotate at the upper part of the thigh itself. You come down here to the knee. You got a nice solid joint there. And then for the ankles themselves, you can pivot them forward and back. And they also do hinge in and out. So you get a lot of range of motion with the guy. All in all, though, I mean, I love it. Like I said, I do wish that you could somehow get this right there. As it is, you do have to kind of position it like that. But, I mean, I just think that this looks so cool. I mean, the overall presence of them really is nicely kind of represented here in this figure in terms of recreating that movie look. I do dig it. I think it's really cool. Optimus just makes me super happy. I don't know. And yeah, as being part of the movie The Best line, this probably was the best figure that we got out of the Age of Extinction wave. So yeah, I would say that it's the best. But all in all, really great figure. Could not recommend this enough to you guys. So if this is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, he is available right now at Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You go to BBTS where you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of their wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that if you like this video, to please hit that thumbs up button. It goes a long way towards helping me out, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you never miss out on a future review of mine. Or hey, if you're already subscribed, be sure to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. And as always, until next time, be excellent!